Hi everyone, in this video we will see how we can add CSS to our HTML documents. Okay, so first let's create a folder here. How can we create a folder? I'm just going and clicking on terminal and then you click on new terminal. Once you click on new terminal here, you can create a directory. Okay, so here itself I'm creating make directory CSS tutorial, or you can directly go and create a folder on your desktop or anywhere. So like if I say create this folder CSS tutorial, okay, so I have this folder. Now I would like to open this folder. Here when you go on file and you click on open folder, once you click on open folder, here the folder whatever you have created will come. Okay, so we have created this folder, so CSS tutorial, it has come here. I am opening this folder. Okay, so here I have this folder already opened on my system. Another way of creating a folder is you can directly go on your desktop or documents anywhere where you want to create. Just create a new folder and just name it as like whatever you want to name it, like CSS learning. Okay, something like this. And then also you can directly open this folder. For opening this folder, again you can come here, you can say open folder. And here inside it, you know that you have created this folder in desktop. So here this is a folder. You can click on open, it will open. So you can go at any place and create the folder and open the folder, it will open. Okay, and or you can create it like this inside the terminal. Now once I've created the folder, to create a new file, we have this icon here, new file, right? Just when you click on this new file, so I'm just creating one HTML file. So I'll just name it as index.html. You can name it anything. So it is index.html, which indicates that this is an HTML file. Now, as we all know, how to create the boilerplate code, you just have to press exclamation marks, then emit will help us produce the boilerplate code like this, right? So here we have the boilerplate code of our HTML file. Now let's create a simple header inside it. And let's say learning CSS. Okay, simple, right? So this is all what we have done earlier also. Now here you will go and click on open with live server. So we already have live server right here. So what it is showing, learning CSS, right? So by default, if you see, by default HTML tags also have some color combinations, right? Whenever you use header tag, we know that it will h1 tag, it will show the font text, it will increase the size, font size, and it will also make it color as black. It will also give the coloring there, right? So we have this h1 tag learning CSS, which we have put here like this. Now, suppose we want to add some CSS. I don't want it in black color, but maybe I just want it in red color, right? Now, if I want to change the styles of my page, right? Here CSS comes into picture. Now there are three ways of adding CSS. First one is you can add the styles like this. So you just have to inside the tag where you want to apply the style, you have to say what? Style is equals to, and then you can add the color. To add the color, we have this property called as color, simple color, and whatever color you want, you can give that color. So we have this property color, and this is the color red. Now here you see our text has changed from black to red. Simple, right? So how did we add CSS? We add CSS like this, right? We created this style, added this style, we have this property and we have this value. Now here, right? So this is called as inline styling. Inline styling means like styles applied on the tags in the same line. This is called as inline styling. Now there is, suppose if I want to add another tag, let's say h2 tag, okay? So if I say like my name is Anshika, like this, and suppose here I am adding the style, and style is equals to color, and suppose here I want to make it as blue color text, right? So here it will come as blue color, right? So this is inline styling. Like wherever you will apply this style, that style will be applied only on that similar tag. The next way of styling is using internal styling. That is called as you can use another tag. There is another tag called as style tag. Okay, so when you add a style tag here, inside it you can add the CSS styles. So how do you apply the CSS styles here? Suppose I have to apply this style on this h1 tag, right? This is the h1 tag. I want to apply the styles. So I can put it like this h1 and I have to put curly braces like this. And then same way, right? Whatever property I want to give, like I want to say color, and let's say color is red here. That means, what does it mean? This means that all h1 tags on my HTML page, all h1 tags here on my HTML page will have this color of red. Okay. And in this case, I will be removing this style from here, suppose, right? I will remove this style from here and I have applied this h1 tag style here. That which specifies that all the h1 tags will have this color of red. See, still my color is red. So here if you see, color is red. Okay. Now what if suppose I have another h1 tag also with me, right? And I am saying learning CSS from intern inshallah, like this, right? So what will be the color for this h1 tag? Red only, right? Because we have h1 tag, we have applied this style to all h1 tags. So here we have these multiple h1 tags and it will be applied to all h1 tags. Okay. Similarly, if you don't want to do internal styling, inline styling here, you can also put it for h2 tag here like this, right? And again you can say color as blue here. So either you can write it there or you can write it here. Either you can write it like this or you can write it like this. It is same. It is one and the same thing. So this is another way of adding styles to your HTML elements. What is the third way and the most preferred way? Whenever you will work in industry or any big projects, you will not see this kind of stylings, right? So there is the most obvious way of using CSS, and that is you have to create a separate CSS file. Like you have created this HTML file, same way you need to create separate CSS file. For that, you just have to again click on new file icon like this, and I'm naming it as index.css. So .css extension, right? It stands for CSS. Basically, this is a style sheet. This is a style sheet. .html means this is the HTML file. .css means that this is the style sheet. Like this. And whatever styles you were writing here, instead of writing it here, you can write it here. Like this. And here you can say again, let's say color of red. Okay, like this. And but so I'll just remove this style. Okay, I will just remove this style. Now here, if you see here, right, we have color of red. Now what will this apply? Will this style be applied to both these h1 tags? We have color of red. Now here will this be applied? So let's go. No, right? It has not been applied. Why? We have created one CSS file. We have applied this color combination that this red color should be applied to h1 tags, but here it is not applied. Why? Because this HTML is not knowing, like this HTML does not know about this CSS. Okay, so we have to link them. So to link this newly created CSS file, to link this file to this HTML file, we have another tag in HTML which is link tag. Okay, and what we do in this link tag, we have an attribute called as rel. So we'll say rel means, rel is an attribute which will tell what type of link it is. So I am saying that this is style sheet. So we are linking an style sheet to this HTML file. And all these things, right, all these things come inside header tag only. Notice, right? So as I already told you, whatever you want to display on a screen, that comes in the body tag. And whatever is the information about the document, whatever are the separate files we want to link, all those things we have to write in the header tag. Now here we are saying link rel is equals to style sheet, that this is a style sheet type, and href is the attribute which with the help of which we will have to give the location, like where is my style sheet located, right? When I'm saying href, so href is equals to like what is the location of the file. Since here you can see this is in the same folder, right? We have this index.css inside the same folder. So we will put it here like this, index.css. Simple, right? So we are saying that we have linked this file using this link attribute, link element, we have linked this file, right? And this is the rel attribute, which is telling us that this is the style sheet, and this is the href attribute, like which is telling us the URL or basically the location of the file. So I am linking this index.css to my index.html file. The meaning of this is this. Now if I go back and see my color has been changed. That means whatever styles I have applied here has been applied here itself in this document. Okay, so we have studied 3 ways of adding CSS to our document. First way is inline styling, like we can add the styles like this. Second way is internal styling using the style tag, right? Suppose if I create another header, okay, and I'm saying checking styles in CSS, okay, and here for h3 attribute, and let me add the color of h3 attribute as purple. Okay, now let's check. So this is right. So this is the second way, which is internal styling. And the third way of styling is creating a separate style sheet, adding all the styles there and linking that style sheet to my HTML file. Okay, so these are the 3 ways. One more thing, what suppose if you have added in for one element, you have added inline styling also, and this style also, and external style sheet also. Means if suppose here inside h1 tag I am saying style is equals to and color as green. Okay, so here in this h1 tag, so there are 2 h1 tags. So in the top h1 tag I am saying my style is green. Here in this h1 tag I have not added any style. Okay, here I have not added anything, but here inside external style sheet my h1 tag has color of red. So which style will be applied to what? First priority is for inline styling. Okay, that means there are 2 h1 tags. The top h1 tag like learning CSS will be of green color. Learning CSS from Internshala will be of red color. So here if you see, this is of green color and this is from red color. Understood? So priority is this one. And here also suppose if I add another, like for all h1 tags, I am saying that my color is brown, like this, right? So here if you see, now the second priority is of C. First priority is inline styling. So for this h1 tag, color will be green. Second, for a second h1 tag, first it will check internal style sheet. Here if you see, h1 tag color is brown. So it will put brown, but it will not go here. Understood the priority? But we should always use, instead of using this internal styles, we should not be using this internal styles. Here also we should not be using inline styles, only when, means if it is required a lot, like if it is a very urgent, then only, but we should always use external style sheet. Whenever you will be working on industry level projects, you will always find the separate style sheet for separate files, right? And then you will have to link it like this. So these are the 3 ways of adding CSS to your HTML document. Okay, this is all about for this video. See you soon. Bye-bye.